Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SparkCast Media. I am your host, Austin Bradley, joined, of course, by my co-host, Brian Sparkman.
Hola. What is up, guys? We're back again.
Back again with episode 16. It's been a little while. Had some things come up. Some things happen in the meantime. But we're back. Just, you always know we will be back at some point, eventually, every time.
Yeah, we're like a dad. We're like dads.
My dad's always there.
Oh, my dad.
Well, anyway, let's move on to a dad's favorite pastime. I don't know if that's true, but the NFL draft just happened.
It's either that or baseball.
Yeah, baseball sucks. Fuck everyone who likes baseball. That's just a joke if you like baseball, but I think it's boring.
It's boring, but it has its entertaining moments.
It does. I mean, seeing a home run is really exciting.
I think people got suspended for a fight, charging them out or something like that the other day. That's all. That's
Good.
entertaining. That's entertaining. Charging the mound.
Yeah, but I'd rather see football or basketball.
What's that guy's name?
Or hockey.
What's that YouTuber? Bill Murphy or
Bill Murphy?
Or something Murphy. Kent Murphy.
I have no idea who that is.
Bro, you need to look him up, bro. He only hits dingers.
Well, he hits dingers. All right, well, we'll move on to the first pick of the NFL draft, Caleb Williams. Now, that's called hitting a dinger for the Chicago Bears.
That's for sure. I hope he does good. I mean, he has all the talent. All the talent around him.
Look, it's as sure as a draft pick can be as Caleb Williams. And this isn't a Justin Fields type thing where he came in and didn't have weapons. He's got some weapons. He's got a lot of weapons.
Oh, yeah.
And if he doesn't break all the rookie records for the Chicago Bears franchise, which are very easy to beat, he needs to average 130 yards a game, like some 0.6 touchdowns or something, just real crazy, crazy low stats. If he doesn't break all those records, then it'll be a disappointing season, I think. Obviously, not talking about injuries.
I mean, the talks is this going to be a disappointing season if they don't make a deep playoff run at this rate. The way they're talking.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
I think a lot of people are getting ahead of themselves, though.
Let's be realistic. It's still a rookie.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be realistic. I think that they might have a chance to make the playoffs, but it would
not in that division.
I said might, because the Lions are obviously. I think the Lions are number one.
It's Lions and Packers. They could sneak in as a 7.
I think they can sneak in 2 in the NFC North. Might slip to beat the Packers, but I feel like it just depends how the Packers seasons go.
Well, I think the Packers are only going to get better.
Oh, for sure. I mean, what was the record last year? They won 9 did they win 10 games or 9 games?
I think they won 9 or 10. I don't know. Let me see.
Because I know they were a 9 or 10 team, win team last year, and I mean it's only an improvement. It's literally them and the Lions fighting, but with the roster that the Bears brought up, there's contention of them might slip into the second spot. I mean, I don't see them foreseeing the Lions right now, as of right now.
Well, the Packers were 9-8.
9-8, okay.
Last year. I think the Packers are going to be a double-digit win team. I think the Lions. The Lions are a good team. They could definitely take a step up, but they also could take a step back.
Well, they got what's his name back from Philly?
No, vice versa.
I'm talking about he left for Philly and then he came back to Detroit.
Who?
C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
No, it happened the other way around. He left Philly, went to Detroit, and then went back to Philly.
Oh, yeah, yep. Sorry, my bad.
I knew who you were talking about.
My bad. I thought I was swapped. My bad.
Yeah, it's the opposite way of that. It's all right. The Lions are a good team. They'll probably win the division. But the Packers, with Jordan Love's second year as a starter, they get Josh Jacobs, who, as a runner, is an upgrade over Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know what could happen there. So we'll just wait and see. But everyone knew what was going to happen the first pick.
Yeah, it was for sure. It was no one else. It would have been surprised if it was anyone else, but...
So the draft really starts at pick 2, but does it really? Because everyone really predicted the first 4 picks this year.
Yeah, the first 4 was kind of given.
So number 2...
Maybe 2 and 3 swapped by, like, long shot, but...
Yeah, number 2 is Jaden Daniels, who went to the Washington Commanders, quarterback out of LSU. Not a bad pick, but in my opinion, Drake May is a better quarterback.
Jaden Daniels is a better athlete,
obviously. He is. I think Drake May is a better quarterback. Jaden Daniels has the potential to be a top 10 quarterback, but it's one of those things. He's more similar, if we're comparing this year's class to last year, he's more similar to like the Anthony Richardson type, where he has that super high potential type player. Mm-hmm. But he also has the potential to not reach that.
Yeah.
Where I think Drake May's floor is higher. He's going to be a good starting quarterback.
He's a given passer.
Yeah. Which is what the Patriots did at number 3. Which is annoying that the Patriots got Drake May.
But they're known for not taking it was a surprise when they got Cam Newton that 1 year, and then they did 1 year with Cam Newton, and then they're like, okay, we're going back to a pocket passer. Like, we need someone who passes.
Yeah, I mean, but Drake May, he can still move around. He's not just a pocket passer. Mm-hmm. He just, in my opinion, he has the better quarterback.
Does he remind you of Zach Wilson a little bit, or no?
No.
Coming out of college?
Coming out of college, no.
Who does he remind you of coming out?
I don't know, I can't compare him from someone else coming out, but his play style, because he is able to extend plays, and he is able to adjust his arm and everything. He's more similar to a Justin Herbert kind of player, where he is just a gifted passer, but he's not just a pocket passer like the days of old with Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or Drew Brees, guys who are just there. Ben Roethlisberger is probably the best example of that.
I was supposed to say, how about Will Levis coming out? Maybe.
No, Will Levis. Look, fuck the Titans.
Yeah.
And fuck Will Levis. He puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
I knew you were gonna say something about mayonnaise.
What the hell?
Mayo boy.
But Drake May, I'm gonna say he's definitely better than Will Levis coming out of college. All right, we're gonna say that for sure. That's a sure thing.
And then, do you want anything to add on to it?
No, I was gonna say that I think the Patriots did the right thing. They got a steal, and that's in quotes, a steal at pick number 3, which is hard to do because they got the second best quarterback in a pretty big quarterback class, as we'll see as we go on.
And I like that pick, honestly, because it's it was kind of like how, well, besides number 1 given, the 2 and 3 is kind of like Andrew Luck and RG3 coming out, Would you compare it not that no stature, but
no,
it was
Andrew Luck was he was the number 1. He was the number 1 guy in that class.
Well, no, I'm saying besides Caleb Williams. I'm saying Drake May would have been you're saying would have been Drake or would have been Andrew Luck.
No, Andrew Luck. There's only been arguably 2 prospects better than Andrew Luck coming out of college, and that's Caleb Williams and Trevor Lawrence.
Well, I'm saying not in that stature.
No, coming out of college, no.
I'm saying based on because you saying the Patriots got a steal in 3 because besides Caleb Williams being in this draft, Drake May would have been 1 possibly.
Yeah, I mean he could have been 1. if Caleb Williams wasn't in the class. But also Jaden Daniels went ahead of him too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not really sure where you're trying to go with the comparison. I don't think it works.
Like coming out of college, like not that stature, but it was like argue for like 2 and 3 for Jaden Daniels and Drake May. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, okay, it would be more like I can't even think of a better example. Because Andrew Luck coming out of that year was the number 1 pick.
Okay.
RG3 was the number 2 pick.
Mariota and how about that one? Mariota and Winston? Wait, was it Winston? He was.
Yeah, Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
I mean, it's closer to that. They were definitely
because more
of a toss-up.
Because I'm not really I'm not into that like college football that much, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, they were more of a toss-up, but I guess it's kind of just that one would probably be the closest one that I can think of right now, because you got Jaden Daniels, who is more like the runner, the athletic quarterback who can, extend plays with his legs, and he's going to be a threat.
And that was running. And that was Mariota.
And that's Mariota. Whereas Jameis Winston was more of the traditional pocket passer, even though Drake May is more athletic than Jameis Winston is.
Yeah.
That I could see what they are saying there. But yeah, the Andrew Luck one, no.
See, I wouldn't know Andrew Luck was the best prospect coming out of college.
He was the guy.
Because whenever I watch highlights, I would see RG3 just fucking pop off.
Well, okay, when you're looking at prospects from college, you don't always look at them just going insane, like putting up big stats, even though they do. You also look at how they play. Like RG3, during that time especially, maybe now it'll be different, but during that time especially, he was kind of like the first rushing quarterback since like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, kind of, that people were still like, well, look, they didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So they were still kind of like, I don't know, we want more of the bigger body Andrew Luck type guy. Where now we see Jaden Daniels, going higher because of guys like Josh Allen, he's a big body, but he also runs and is crazy. And Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, who is a dangerous runner, but he also great passer. So now they're more open. If you have the arm and the athleticism to be that runner, you're gonna go high on the draft.
And so I heard this earlier too. Patrick Mahomes kind of changed the game too for these for now too, like Caleb Williams for instance. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Patrick Mahomes changed it because now you're not just looking for. I don't know. You want to see the potential and the raw potential there, because Patrick Mahomes coming out of college wasn't the clear and away number 1 pick.
Oh heck no.
He was the number 10 pick.
Yeah.
And people thought that was too high. Like Mitch Trubisky went before Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. And then you saw the potential was there, but he never hit it in college. So you're like, maybe he's never going to. So now if you show that potential and you never reach it, which is, like a Drake May at North Carolina who never went on a crazy national championship type run, but he didn't have the weapons there, and he still was making incredible plays to the guys that he had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one way that he changed it. Same thing with Josh Allen, who played at Wyoming, which no one plays at Wyoming at the time.
No.
And they took him because he had all the tools to be a crazy star. And he ended up working out. Which, okay. I saw this, I don't remember who said it, but someone said, in the NFL, if your quarterback rankings aren't number 1 Patrick Mahomes, number 2 Josh Allen, then you don't know football. Do you agree?
Yeah. Because strongest arms, they make it deep in playoffs. They.
Huh?
they make plays. Like when they drop back and like they get instant pressure, there's a good chance that they might like slip away from the defensive lineman or make a play right there. They can counteract to a defense.
That's true.
Like there's no other quarterback in the league that can compare to them two right now.
I mean,
because Lamar's not of a passer as them two. He got better. Or he is a passer, but he's not like a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to sling that thing like consistently.
Look, I don't know. I think Lamar Jackson will forever be underrated as a passer because of how good he is as a runner.
Yes.
He is an insane passer, and it's only going to get better and better as he has like these weapons get added. Because when he first went to the Ravens, he didn't really have much weapons around him.
And it doesn't help when his receivers drop passes too.
Yeah, his receivers are dropping passes. And listen to this, I'm not the biggest believer in Derrick Henry, but they just signed him to be their running back. Lamar Jackson's never had that true running back there.
No.
Who can carry the load and take some pressure off of him.
Because J.K. Dobbins,
because of injuries and because of guys just not being able to live up to what that role was meant to be. With Derrick Henry, they have a chance to really kind of not change the offense, but take a little bit of pressure off of Lamar Jackson and just let him prove it that he can pass even more. Because he really is a great passer. So, I mean, I still think Patrick Mahomes is 1 and Josh Allen is 2. But I'm not going to say if you have Lamar Jackson at 2, I'm not going to say you don't know what you're talking about because it's definitely arguable.
Justin Herbert, too.
No, okay. This is why not for Justin Herbert. He's talent-wise, yes. But he hasn't been in a deep playoff run yet. We haven't seen him be the guy in those situations. I mean, that's the kind of also knock on Lamar.
Yeah.
Like, he's never been that guy to take his team over the hump and carry him on his back like that, which is why I have him at 3 still. But I don't know. Herbert, he doesn't feel like he does that in the regular season all that much either. Lamar does in the regular season.
He has his games, but it's inconsistent, and plus injuries.
But I will say, when he did have that broken finger and he played against the Raiders last year, I think, that was a great game. Put the team on his back. That was great.
Oh, no, it was the Broncos. It was the Raiders against the Broncos, and the Raiders just absolutely whomped on them.
Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't the Broncos. That was the Miami Dolphins against the Broncos. The Raiders, who'd the Raiders stomp, dude?
The Raiders stomped someone. I remember.
Because they almost got to 72.
Yeah, because I know, like, literally, dude, like, they hiked the ball. There was a screen pass. Guy literally just ran forward, like, and then like just intercepted the pass and just didn't even stop his stride. Just went straight for a touchdown.
Dude, okay, I gotta look this up and see if I can find it real quick.
I thought it was the Broncos. Because everyone was labeling the Broncos as the worst team. But while he does that, we're gonna bring up the 4th pick, Marvin Harrison Jr.
No, it was the Los Angeles Chargers.
It was Chargers.
63-21.
It was Chargers and Raiders.
Yeah.
Because I think Herbert was hurt, and they were playing with a backup.
Yeah. The Raiders scored a franchise record 63 points in a historic win over division rival Chargers. Dang, bro.
But you down to move on to the 4th pick?
Yeah, let's move on to the 4th pick.
Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't like Kyler Murray, but that's a really good pick for the Cardinals because he's by far the best wide receiver in the draft.
I wanted him so bad, bro.
No way he was slipping though, unless you got traded up.
Dude, Chris Ballard said he tried to trade up. He said he tried to trade up multiple times for receivers, and no one was listening, dude.
But he goes forward to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. And I feel like that's a really good pick for them. And it'd be interesting how their offense is going to look this year, and with Kyler Murray being back, fully healthy and stuff. The NFC West it's not looking like a clear what should I say? A clear second seed, because 49ers are winning the first seed. But the second seed's up now, again, because the Rams, they lost Aaron Donald retiring and stuff. You know, they still have Stafford and Puka Nacua and who is that? Cooper Kupp.
How could you forget Cooper Kupp?
Because Puka Nacua went off the season, dude. But Cooper Kupp still. So their offense is still looking good. Seahawks, Geno Smith being his third season there. His third season?
Yeah.
His third season there, and being, situated in. He might look better.
No, this is what we got to say for the Seahawks. No Pete Carroll. He's retired. What are the new Seahawks going to look like?
That's going to be exciting to watch.
For Marvin Harrison Jr., he has been... Ever since he was in his first game in college, where he went off, everyone's like, all right, he's a round one guy. If not for all these quarterbacks being selected, he could have been honestly selected number one, because that's how good he is. But here's the thing. I love the pick for Arizona, but I don't love the fit in Arizona, because if Marvin Harrison Jr. is your number one receiver, which he's going to be, who's your number two? Who are you throwing it to?
I don't even...
Remember when they had DeAndre Hopkins?
I was about to say, I don't even know who they have.
Well, do you remember when they had DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, Kyler Murray got a weapon. It's going to change. What did the Cardinals ever do with DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray?
Not much. I mean,
they had that crazy Hail Mary
I was about to
catch.
say one crazy highlight.
More of a team around Kyler Murray, more weapons, and get him more involved. They have Rondale Moore there still, who I like, but he hasn't proven himself to be anything crazy. They got James Conner, who's an old running back. They did draft Trey Benson later on in the draft, who I think it was probably the most NFL-ready running back.
They have Hollywood Brown. Or no, the Chiefs. Chiefs do.
Yeah. But yeah, they drafted Trey Benson and later on in the draft, was probably going to be the running back one by the end of the year. So, for all you fantasy players out there, Trey Benson could be someone to watch. But other than that, I mean, they got an offensive tackle, real late, Christian Jones. He's arguably a top 50 player, but I'm pretty sure he got injured or something. So they took him in the end of the 5th round. But other than that, they got nobody, no other offensive weapon. So I'm just wondering who they're gonna throw it to other than Marvin Harrison Jr. and maybe Rondale Moore. If he's even still there, he could have been traded by now. I don't even know. So that's the only thing. I don't really necessarily like the fit, but you got to start somewhere. And you already gave Kyler Murray all the money in the world.
Oh, so. Trey McBride too. He had an upcoming season.
Yeah, he's all right. But he's still. There's a big gap in tight ends.
Oh,
huge. You got Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and I'll go ahead and put Sam Laporta in there.
Yep.
And then after that,
so there's a big gap between Laporta and Ferguson.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a huge gap after those top three guys. Because it used to be, Darren Waller used to be in there.
Yeah, he used to.
Then he went to the Giants, was bad. Then he now retired. Who else used to be up there? I mean, back in the day, obviously, there was great tight ends, but Ertz was up there, arguably up there.
Yeah, he was arguably up there. I feel like Goddard is overrated, bro. Dallas Goddard.
No, I think Goddard's good, but yeah, he's not on that level.
I feel like he's overrated, bro.
TJ Hawkinson could be on that level, but I think he's...
He was right there, and then he just...
I want to see a little bit more from him.
Yeah.
Because he definitely can take over. But last year, dude, Sam Laporta's rookie year, just absolutely insane.
Like he was so good with the Lions, and then when he went to Minnesota, Hockenson, it just like I don't know, it just didn't really. I hope what we talk about in a bit changes that for him.
I mean, we'll have to see. But yeah, I don't necessarily love the fit, but you got to start somewhere. So I mean, that's an A+ pick. They got, like I said, for number 3 was a steal. Number 4 is a steal as well.
Yeah, yes.
You got arguably the best guy in the draft.
Oh, and then number 5.
Pick 5 for the LA Chargers. Getting left tackle, potentially left tackle. They just have him listed as offensive tackle here.
He's a left tackle, but he can go both. I believe.
Joe Alt from Notre Dame. Local guy here. Notre Dame's just up the road.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick, but I have a question. All right, same question I just asked for Arizona. Who's Justin Herbert gonna throw the fucking ball to?
Yeah, Mike Williams is
Mike Williams is released.
Yeah, and then Keenan Allen's a Bear.
Keenan Allen's traded to the Bears. Quentin Johnston's their wide receiver 1 right now. And we saw how bad he was last year.
And then Justin Everett's their tight end. Or Everett. I don't know his first name.
Gerald Everett. They drafted somebody in the 2nd round or 3rd round or something that was a wide receiver. But, like, you had Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze right there.
It's a pick. It's like see like
Austin Eckler's not there either. We can't even forget that.
He might be their offensive tackle for like quite a while, you know. And then Justin Herbert, this is his 4th season, right?
More than that.
He's
already got paid, didn't he?
Ooh, he might have.
He's going into like year 5, year 6, or something like that.
But I mean, it's just like kind of like you start like kind of a restart with Jim Harbaugh, you know. Offensive tackle that might stay there for a long time and is really good. You know, you don't have to worry. Like, I feel like that was a pretty good pick, and you already have a quarterback, you know. And it sucks because, like, yeah, you're right. Malik Neighbors is clearly like, you know, like he should have probably been picked because they have no weapons at all, and they could have just picked a offensive tackle later on. But I mean, he's a stellar offensive tackle, best offensive tackle in the drafts. So.
Well, I understand what they did, though. Because this was the deepest wide receiver class maybe ever. It was a great wide receiver class. So that's why they didn't want to take one of those guys here. But here's the thing. You got Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze, and then just like we were talking about with the tight ends in the NFL, for this draft, it was those 3 and then a big drop-off. Those 3 are guys, instant playmakers for your team. Then there's a huge drop-off. Same thing could be said for Joe Alt, though, because after him, there was a huge drop-off for the next offensive tackle.
But that was arguably, though, with JC.
No, J.C. Latham fucked the Titans, bro. They suck.
Well, I mean, if he wasn't drafted by the Titans, I mean, he was still good.
There's still a big drop-off between him and Joe Alt.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that was interesting. I didn't know that. I thought, obviously I knew he was clearly number 1, but I was like... It's like he's a clear number 2. This guy, this offensive tackle.
I liked Olu Fashanu more than J.C. Latham.
Didn't the Saints get him?
Man, we're not there yet, dude.
I was asking a question. Sorry, just curious.
But no, the Saints didn't get him.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
So I mean, it's hard. It's hard to say because you can't go wrong either one. If you get a franchise left tackle, monster pick, you know, works out A+. But if you get a game changer weapon that helps your great quarterback succeed, A+ pick.
Yeah.
So it's tough. Obviously, Jim Harbaugh wants to go more and build the trenches first before he gets the weapons. I just don't know personally if I would have done that.
Next year, how's the receiver class for that going? Or do you know?
I haven't even looked into it yet, but It's not gonna be as good as this year.
Okay, because I was wondering, well, maybe the receiver class in next year, maybe 2 years from now, maybe like stellar, and that's maybe why he's like, hey, I'm getting the stellar offensive tackle. Herbert, we're gonna try to get you someone this season, but definitely next season, like you're getting someone.
I'll say this: if anything, if they're going to wait for a better class for next year, offensive tackle is probably the thing they would have waited on. Because this tackle class wasn't that great. But the wide receiver class, deep. Real good.
Okay. But
like I said, those top 3 guys are just instant playmakers if used correctly with the right quarterback. And I think Justin Herbert would have been the right quarterback for one of them. But we get one of those guys going the next pick, and they go to the wrong quarterback. They go to Daniel Jones.
The wrong team.
The New York Giants, Malik Neighbors. Gosh, dude. The Giants suck so bad. And Malik Neighbors, listen, I don't know. I'm just getting flashbacks to Odell. They never quite got the quarterback right.
He's out of LSU.
Like, Eli Manning was still there when Odell got drafted, I believe. But he was old man Eli Manning. And then now we got Daniel Jones, who they paid a lot of money for some reason. I'm not saying these quarterbacks were your answer, but golly, dude.
I feel bad for Malik Neighbors because Malik Neighbors, honestly, it kind of reminds me of, like you said, OBJ, and he was good for the Giants, and then he went to the Chiefs, sucked ass. But Kadarius Toney,
he sucked on the Giants too.
He did. I thought he was decent.
He showed flashes.
I was gonna say I thought he was decent, and it looked like he just needed a better quarterback. And then he went to a great quarterback, and it looked awful.
Yeah, and that's on him though. Like that, I'm not saying Daniel Jones like ruined him. That's on him. He didn't pan out.
No.
But Malik Neighbors, dude, number 6 overall pick.
He's gonna pan out. He's going to pan out.
Like Odell Beckham panned out as a good pick, but his career was wasted.
And like there was people like obviously, you know, Marvin Harrison was a clear number 1 option for wide receivers, but
not to some people.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Not to some people, because like people were bringing up stats from Malik Neighbors in college and like saying this is better than Marvin Harrison, and like saying like, oh, if Malik Neighbors had blah 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 blah, you know, or you know.
Okay, and here's the thing. They're both really good programs, Ohio State and LSU. But when your second wide receiver from LSU gets drafted in the first round of the same draft as you, and also had the most yards and the most touchdowns in SEC last year, like obviously Malik Neighbors was drawing a lot of attention away from him. But I mean, we'll talk about more when we get there. But I don't know, dude. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. is just different. He is just different.
He is. I mean, like, whenever he was a freshman, there were stories like with Chris Olave, and like people ask him who's the best wide receiver in the room, like, you know, and they're like, that guy is, like, pointing at Marvin Harrison, and he was only a freshman. Yeah,
like he is just different. No disrespect to Malik Neighbors, I really like Malik Neighbors, and I'm sorry that he had to go to the New York Giants here, but yeah, I don't know, I don't understand it, because whenever you watch LSU, you see Jaden Daniels lighting it up.
Mm-hmm.
You see all the wide receivers lining up. Whenever you watch Ohio State, you see everyone else doing good, but then Marvin Harrison Jr. just stands out.
Yeah.
Like, even when C.J. Stroud was there, Marvin Harrison Jr. just stood out, which is rare in a wide receiver. That's why he got drafted earlier. But yeah, I mean, Malik Neighbors is still a great talent, though. He's like the next step down for me. Him and Rome Odunze are on the same level in this draft. I don't know. I would have rather him go to a team like the Chargers, because then he would have at least had a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. And have fun. And have fun, actually.
And the 7th overall pick is J.C. Latham. Fuck the Titans. The 8th overall pick is where we get our first
wow moment.
You want to say something? Because I'm not going to. Fuck the Titans forever, dude.
About the Titans or about the 8th pick?
The 7th pick.
Okay.
The 7th pick. Do you want to talk about the 7th pick, or do we want to move on?
I mean, it was a good pick. Offensive lineman for the Titans, so he's good. So,
all right, the 8th pick of the draft, the Atlanta Falcons. They were on the clock. They just paid Kirk Cousins this last year in free agency, like $150 million guaranteed, like, you know, bunch of money, big money coming to Kirko Chains. I remember we talked about it. You know, you're hyped about it. Like, hey, he's got those weapons down there, dude. Maybe get a little bit more through there. Oh my gosh, this could be crazy.
Maybe Rome Odunze.
Rome Odunze was sitting right there, dude. Could you imagine Rome Odunze and Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier and the other wide receiver whose name I've been stalling because I can't remember it right now? Drake London.
Oh yeah, Drake London.
Oh man, that would have been hot, dude. And Kirk fucking Cousins, dude, down there in Atlanta slinging the thing.
Or maybe Brock Bowers, you know.
Brock Bowers was sitting there too. I mean, if you want to get the two best tight end prospects that we've seen recently, got Kyle Pitts and Brock Bowers. Oh my god, dude, that'd be insane.
Or even the other guy from LSU too.
Or even another wide receiver from LSU if you really liked him, dude. Bring him up here.
But obviously Rome Odunze was.
Or hey, if you want to get an offensive lineman, we just saw a couple of offensive linemen go. We got Olu Fashanu sitting here. Oh my gosh, dude, Olu Fashanu sitting there. We could get an offensive tackle to help protect Kirko Chains, dude.
You could even win defense.
We could have won defense. There's been no defensive players taken here. Latu sitting right there. We need a good edge rusher. We could get the best corner in the draft. We get Terry and Arnold. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? And the Atlanta Falcons hand in their card. And they select quarterback Michael Penix Jr.
Crody.
Michael Penix Jr. with the 8th overall pick. What are we doing?
Dude, unless they have him sit a year and trade Kirk Cousins, which I don't know a team that will pay that contract. Or
here's the thing: even if they trade Kirk Cousins, they still gotta pay the salary. That's why it's so hard to trade these big contracts, dude. And oh my god, dude, this is the thing. They give Kirk Cousins a 4-year contract. You know how long a rookie contract is?
Isn't
4
it
years.
Oh, I was about to say 3 years.
It's 4 years. They got the 5th year option. But and what's his face from the fucking Falcons says, oh, if we don't play Michael Penix Jr. for 4 years, that means we're doing really well. No, idiot. That means you wasted a fucking top 10 pick on somebody that's not going to play and make an immediate impact on your fucking team that sucked last year. That's why you got the 8th overall pick in the fucking first place. And I'm not even a Falcons fan, but what the hell, dude? And then even if if he does sit for 4 years, right? First of all, I like Michael Penix Jr. I like him.
I like him too.
Good story, good quarterback. You know,
dumb team who drafted him, but
he has a great arm talent. You know, but even if he does sit for 4 years behind Kirk Cousins, he's gonna be 28 years old.
Yeah,
28 years old in 4 years. He's 24 years old right now. The oldest quarterback, I believe, maybe Bo Nix is older. I'd have to check that. But oldest quarterback that got drafted in the first round. And, you know, if you like your guy, you go and get him. That's what people were saying. If you like your guy, you go and get him. Quarterback's the most important position in the NFL. I'm not saying it's not. This isn't Jordan Love to the Packers at fucking pick 30.
No, it's not. No, because Aaron Rodgers was at the coattail.
Look, this isn't Jordan Love to the Packers at pick 30 when a 21-year-old quarterback's coming in there to learn from one of the greats in Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. And everyone knew Aaron Rodgers was out.
And everyone knew Aaron Rodgers was getting frustrated. He talked about retiring, talked about wanting to leave. We just signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year contract. He said, I'd love to be here and retire an Atlanta Falcon. And then you draft the guy who's going to take it from him. And maybe you're worried about his Achilles tear. But why'd you pay him $150 fucking million guaranteed if you were worried about his Achilles tear?
Exactly.
The Atlanta Falcons have done one of two things. They either stumbled into a great pick because Michael Penix Jr. becomes great in the NFL and they won a Super Bowl with him. Or they have royally fucked themselves and set themselves back and have wasted the careers of Kyle Pitts, of Bijan Robinson, of Drake London, and wasted the career of Penix for taking him to a fucking spot he doesn't deserve to be taken. and also wasted the end of Kirk Cousins' career.
Look, if they would have if they were thinking about drafting Penix or drafting a quarterback, they should have never signed Kirk Cousins, because they would have just drafted Penix or whoever. Kirk Cousins would have been on a team that's smart, I don't know what other team that would have took a Kirk that needs a quarterback. I mean,
the Raiders would have probably loved them.
Oh, the Raiders, yeah.
I mean, look, it was a good fit. I liked Kirk Cousins going there, and you've always said I'm a Kirk Cousins hater, right?
Yeah.
Because I always said, he was kind of middle of the park quarterback. I shortened it down to mid, but that's middle of the park. He's not one of the top tier guys, but he's not bad. You can win games with him. You can make the playoffs with him.
And he's a great person.
He's a great person.
He's a wonderful person.
He got this Achilles tear, and you feel bad for him. Then he becomes a free agent, in his contract year too. He gets Achilles tear. That's never good. Becomes a free agent, signs with the young Atlanta Falcons, who have so many exciting talents that have been misused. And you're like, man, I just wish the Falcons could get that quarterback. And then you go and get Kirk Cousins, who you can win some games with, who you can make the playoffs with. And in that division, the playoffs can mean winning 8 games and going 8-9.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the only other competition you got really is Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield. Who they paid Baker Mayfield? They didn't give him $150 million, but they gave him a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have drafted a fucking quarterback here, I'd been like, oh, okay, that's interesting. You just paid Baker Mayfield, but I can see it.
Competition.
Kirk Cousins has been fucked over by the Atlanta Falcons, and right now I'm declaring that I will no longer be a Kirk Cousins hater, alright? Because now I want justice for Cousins, dude.
Justice, yeah, I like that slogan.
Justice for Cousins. I'm sorry, Michael Penix Jr., that, you've gotten a lot of hate because of this whole thing, because of the Atlanta Falcons front office being stupid. He's a great player. He should have gone to a different team, because the Falcons should have never been in contention to take him here. What are we doing, Atlanta, dude? Oh my gosh.
That was a wow moment. While you adjust, number 9, the Bears had a second pick in the round 1. Good for them. Another weapon for Caleb Williams. Oh, they sniped that one. Rome Duze.
Thanks, Atlanta. Pick of the draft, right here. At number 9. Do you know why? Because Rome Odunze shouldn't have fucking been there.
No, he shouldn't have.
He should have been an Atlanta Falcon.
Honestly, if the Falcons drafted Rome Odunze, the Bears look for offensive linemen. I don't think they draft another wideout. I mean, maybe.
Or they take Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
That should have been what happened here, but instead, we get Atlanta fucking everything up. I'm sure all the teams behind Atlanta are like, thank you. This is exactly what we could have dreamed of.
Yeah, like the Vikings. They're like, oh, thank you for the option between because it was probably between mainly JJ. They're probably gonna get JJ, but I mean they're probably like Michael Penix or JJ. Michael Penix or JJ. Oh, you guys got Penix? Okay, bet.
No, I mean, look, the Bears were like, hey, we're feeling good about this upcoming season. We got Keenan Allen. We kind of old. Oh, we lost Darnell Mooney. We got DJ Moore over there, but, after this season, we need to have that longevity with Caleb Williams. Oh, speaking of Keenan Allen, the guy who's closest to Keenan Allen in this draft, Rome Odunze, just happens to fall in our lap. And he's also young, and he can learn from the guy who he's just like as a player. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Atlanta. They could have even traded out of this pick.
Yeah.
If someone was like, oh, I need a quarterback, Las Vegas could have called him up and said, hey, I want to come up and get whatever quarterback. But this was like, if we trade out this pick, we're as stupid as fucking Atlanta. And we're not that stupid. There you go. Roma Dunze to the fucking Bears.
Then number 10. Was there a trade?
There's
A trade up.
There was a trade up here.
So there was a trade up. Was it between the Jets and the Vikings?
Yeah, I believe so.
So there was a trade up. Vikings trade up to get.
They traded up one spot with the Jets.
Yeah, they trade up to get JJ McCarthy at 10,
which is probably, honestly, kind of maybe fucked the Vikings over a little bit with what Atlanta did. Because they traded up one spot to get their guy. Because if they didn't get their guy, were stuck with fucking Bo Nix or Spencer Rattler, who ended up going in the 5th round. So it kind of fucked them over, but they still got their guy. They still got the guy they wanted. They traded up one spot to get him with the Jets. The Jets are happy about that. They got a little extra draft capital back there in the later rounds. And also, I honestly like the pick for Minnesota.
Yeah,
I think JJ McCarthy. But I hate this part when they were showing his draft card and everything and like his strengths. One of his strengths was knows how to win. I always hate that whenever they put that on someone's card. It was also the same thing that they always said about Tom Brady. Well, he's not the greatest passer, he's not the greatest runner, he's not the blah, 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 but he knows how to win. It's a team sport.
Yeah.
Like, what he did best at Michigan, JJ McCarthy did, was he got the ball in the right spots. Like, that is knowing how to win, but I always hate that they put it on there. Like you could say,
great decision making.
Yeah, great decision making. Gets the ball in the right spots. Knows the right thing to do in the right spots.
Yes.
Not knows how to win. I always hate that they do that. But JJ McCarthy, I like this. The reason I like this so much is because he's going to arguably the best scenario of any rookie quarterback in this draft. Because he's going in with already a number 1 star wide receiver in Justin Jefferson. He's going in with T.J. Hawkinson, who's on the cusp of being one of the best tight ends in the league. You get Jordan Addison on the other side of Justin Jefferson, who's a really great talent. You bring in Aaron Jones, who I really like as a playmaker in the backfield. Like, he's going into a great offense. Their offensive line's pretty decent. Their defense needs a little bit of work, but it's not bad. Hey, Minnesota, honestly, the best scenario for any rookie quarterback, and JJ McCarthy is a great decision maker. If he makes the right decisions, they could go on a playoff run this year. I think they could really improve that much. I don't think they will. I think he's still a rookie. I think he'll have some issues, but they could make that jump. This could be the closest thing we get to a C.J. Stroud-like year. Not because he's as good as C.J. Stroud, but because the team around him is super good.
Yes. And I fully agree. I mean, it's him, Caleb, have good teams around him.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Bears, it's questionable because this is their first season put together. The Vikings...
On paper, Bears have a great team.
Yes, on paper, the Bears have a great team. This is their first season put together, so you can't label them being a great offense yet, or they have potential to be the great offense. Mm-hmm. But the Vikings, they have proven. They just inserted a quarterback, a senior, right? A senior quarterback, and knows what he's doing. Comes from Jim Harbaugh offense. And Jim Harbaugh talks highly about J.J. McCarthy. And Jim Harbaugh is a quarterback coach.
Yeah. I mean,
look look at his past quarterbacks. Alex Smith. I mean, he did a really good job. Wasn't I wouldn't say he was great, but he did a really good job.
Alex Smith, really good
Colin
quarterback.
Kaepernick.
He had some real great years.
Real great games too. Broke records. And then he goes to Michigan. I don't know fully who he has in his full tenure in Michigan.
Well, that's the thing, because he went to the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
And I think they went to the championship game multiple times with Alex Smith.
Yes.
When he got to Michigan, they were looking for that quarterback. They were looking for that guy. And they never quite found it until J.J. McCarthy, and then they went and won the national championship. Once J.J. McCarthy as a starter in college, I think was 27-1. at Michigan.
Yeah.
Like Jim Harbaugh.
It was crazy.
Jim Harbaugh's like offense fits there. And if I'm not mistaken, the Vikings hired, I think, like an offensive assistant or something from Michigan this year.
Ooh.
So JJ McCarthy is gonna have like already know the offense basically. He's just gonna be like run wild. And honestly, great fit, great pick. And you know, if Atlanta knew what they were fucking doing, JJ McCarthy might not even be here because the Bears might have traded out of their pick.
That NFC North, though.
The NFC North is getting interesting.
Because all lines are clear cut. We talked about this earlier. Lines are clear cut. Packers and Bears. Bears might slip too, but we think the Packers are for sure too right now.
Look, and last year it was tight anyway because the Lions were 12-5,
Mm-hmm.
Packers were 9-8, Vikings were 7-10, Bears were 7-10. Like they're already tight. Now you just get 2 new quarterbacks in there and great players around the other teams that were already in the playoffs last year. Because let's not forget, the Packers were 9-8, yeah, but they also beat Dallas in the first round of the playoffs.
That was great.
So they're a team. They're a dangerous team. Jordan Love is making his name as a quarterback. This division could become one of the toughest, if not the toughest, here in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. You down the skim through, because we got through the top 10.
Yeah, let's make this a little bit faster. I mean, there's obviously someone we're going to talk about here.
Yeah.
Olu Fashanu, who I already talked about a little bit before, was I believe was the second best tackle in the draft. Goes at pick 11 to the New York Jets, which is good because they need the other tackle.
Yeah, because he's a right tackle.
Yeah, they signed Tyron Smith this past offseason. They need, right tackle. Olu Fashanu could come in, protect Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully they can make their run that they want. Number 12, Bo Nix. I'm not a big Bo Nix guy.
I'm not either, but Denver needs a quarterback.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I'm not a big Bo Nix guy. I think pick 12 in the draft is way too early. But Denver didn't have a second-round pick, and all the other quarterbacks are gone.
Atlanta fucked them.
Yeah, Atlanta fucked them because all the other quarterbacks are gone. Because I didn't think Michael Penix or Bo Nix were going to go in the first round. I didn't think that. Maybe late first round.
I was about to say, I thought I saw late for Penix in second round for sure, but
yeah, but between Bo Nix and Spencer Rattler, as terms of pro-ready quarterbacks, Bo Nix is pro-ready. He's going to be their week 1 starter. And I think Sean Payton is a great quarterback coach. He knows what he wants. He obviously really liked Bo Nix. He came out and said he really liked Bo Nix. I'm not the biggest fan of his, but he has the tools. We'll see how he's used in the NFL.
Isn't he big too? Oh no, he's not that big. I thought he was like 6'4", but he's 6'2".
He's 6'2", 214.
Yeah. Wait, 74-inch wingspan.
Yeah, I mean, he has all the tools, but we'll just have to wait and see. Brock Bowers falls to number 13 to the Las Vegas Raiders, which was a good pick in terms of talent, but kind of confusing for me because
that was another team that needed a quarterback.
Well, they're not going to take Spencer Rattler at 13.
Oh no, but like
they got fucked over by Atlanta too.
Yeah.
So fuck Atlanta, but they already drafted Michael Mayer last year in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Michael Mayer. Brock Bowers obviously coming out of college more hyped up than Michael Mayer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They can figure out some ways to use both of them because 2 tight end sets are pretty common in the NFL.
Yeah, double tight. Yeah.
But I don't know. Kind of shocking when I feel like there's other needs that they could have went with. But not a bad pick. Now, number 14. Would you like to pronounce his name?
Talis Funga.
Taliesin Fuaga.
Talasi Fuaga.
I don't know about the first name, but I know the last name is Fuaga. Offensive tackle. I honestly didn't really know much about him, so I'm not going to say anything good or bad. But offensive tackle is a need for the Saints, so they got a good pick. Now, number 15. We're going to talk about this one, dude. Because my Indianapolis Colts were on the clock. They've been trying to trade up for a wide receiver. All the top wide receivers were gone. So they go out and get them the best defensive player in the draft, Laiatu Latu. Not only do they get the best defensive player in the draft, but they get a guy with a tremendous story. He had to medically retire from football. Had to get a cervical neck operation by the same doctor who did Peyton Manning's neck surgery. Which, oh, by the way, Peyton Manning, legendary Colts quarterback, and that neck surgery was a thing that made them get rid of him and release him and go with Andrew Luck. So now they're drafting a guy who had the same neck surgery by the same doctor who's going to come in and be impact player on the edge, which has been a need for a long time for the Colts. They've had guys who can get 8.5 sacks, maybe 9 sacks, be serviceable. Latu, he's fast, bendy. He's going to get around the edge. He's got not just one move like a lot of edges do. He's got like multiple different moves. If the first one doesn't work, he's going to the second one. If that one doesn't work, he's going to the third one. He's going to be in the backfield. He's going to be sacking Mayo Boy.
And he's not no small guy.
Oh, no, he's not no small guy, dude. He's 6'5", 260. Now, the only concern you have is the injury stuff, but I think he's played the past 2 years at UCLA. And I've got this saved somewhere. Let me find this. But these stats, he was number 1 in everything except for one category in the last 2 seasons, I think, in his conference in college. But he was first in sacks, first in pass rush win rate, first in pass rush grade, second in pressures. And he was at UCLA. He was tearing up USC, which is, Caleb Williams played at USC. He was tearing them up. Latu, steal the draft. Not the steal of the draft, but a big steal of the draft. Because like I said, Rome Odunze was the steal of the draft earlier. But first defensive player taken at 15, the best defensive player goes to the Colts, and I think that's just going to make them an even bigger threat now with the healthy Anthony Richardson.
Well, is UCLA ACC?
No, they're out there in, what's the Big 12?
Pac-12?
Pac-12, something like that.
Or Big 10?
No,
it's a Pac-12. It's a Pac-12.
They're not the Big 10.
It's a Pac-12.
Yeah, Pac-12.
With like Stanford, I think.
I'm pretty sure, because like whatever USC plays in, they played against USC. I know it's like getting all mixed up coming up soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played against USC and over there on that side. So not like the SEC. We know like we got the Alabamas and the Clemsons and all this, but still really good talent. He
or
played
even Big
against.
10 football is pretty good too now.
Yeah, like Big 10 and SEC are usually like where you see like real impact players. Latu. He still played against great talent. Like I said, Caleb Williams was over there at USC, and he was in the backfield all day on Caleb Williams. Mostly because the offensive line at USC sucked, but also because he's just that damn good.
Yeah.
So, I love the pick. I obviously went into the draft really wanting Marvin Harrison Jr. We didn't get him. Kind of knew we weren't going to get him. I was really hoping for it. But I'm real happy with this. And, not to mention that, he's already got a horseshoe tattoo on his arm. Big one, too. All over his fucking arm, dude.
Oh, my goodness.
He's already working out, going through drills with the horseshoe tattoo. At his first press conference, they asked what his other hobbies outside of football are, and he said, you know what he says? Nothing. We got ourselves a fucking dog, dude. This is going to be the best pass rusher that we've had since Robert Mathis, bro. Plus,
Dwight Freeney?
he retired before Robert Mathis.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not forgetting my boy, dude. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Dwight Freeney was awesome, too. But here's the thing, too. You get Latu off the edge. Now that means he's going to get some more attention on him.
DeForest Buckner
in the middle. He's a great pass rusher from the middle.
He needs attention.
He's going to need some attention.
Kwity Paye.
We got Kwity Paye on the other side, or we got
Grover Stewart.
Samson Ebukam on the other side of the edge.
You guys have Grover Stewart.
I'm getting there, dude.
Oh, okay.
You're ruining my fucking flow.
Sorry, I want to ruin it, actually, thinking about it.
Big Stu in the middle next to DeForest Buckner. He's more of a run stopper. But, I mean, if you're going to focus a lot on Latu and focus a lot on Buckner, Kwity Paye or Samson Ebukam and Grover Stewart, they're going to be eating too. This is a tremendous pick because it's going to open up so much on the defensive line, which is arguably one of the toughest spots of our team because our offense was good. We weren't getting any pressure, and then our secondary is, which is like I really wanted a corner at the first round, but once Latu was there, I was like, that's a perfect pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Colts guy.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I gotta say. I'll let you go ahead and run through these next few.
Yeah. Number 16 with the Seahawks, we got Byron Murphy II, defensive tackle out of Texas. Number 17, we have the Vikings, and they traded the Jaguars for this pick, and they got an edge rusher and Dallas Turner from Alabama. 18, the Bengals got an offensive tackle, which was well needed. They got a tackle out of Georgia, Amarius Mims. Did I say his name right? Marius?
Yes.
Okay, Marius Mims, offensive tackle out of Georgia. He is 6'8", 340 pounds.
Dude,
that's a man.
He's a monster.
Wow.
The Bengals love their big, athletic offensive tackles.
Because I'm about to say the offensive tackle was drafted before that. Gosh dang it. Fuaga. He's 6'6", and then like we compare him to like, let's say Joe Alt. Joe Alt's. I did not see that. Joe Alt's 6'9".
Yeah, dude, he's a big fucker.
This is live reactions. Oh wow, there's some big tackles in this one. Tackles are huge, but like that 6'9", 6'8", that's monstrous.
Honestly, that's what you gotta be now to play tackle.
I know.
Like, you gotta be that tall and athletic.
Minimum 6'6".
We're looking at like starting to be centers in the NBA. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, because there's like the shortest offensive tackle is 6'6" in the first round right now for what we talked about, and then obviously the biggest is 6'9", but. Okay, we have Amarius Mims, 6'8", out of Georgia, 340 pounds, monster of a man. 19, the Los Angeles Rams selected an edge rusher out of Florida State, Jared Verse.
And he's one of those guys, just real quick, he's not like, from his production, you're not like, wow, this guy's going to be great. But he's one of those guys that has so much potential, he could end up being one of the best picks of this draft.
See, I'm reading right now. He kind of uses like Khalil Mack's playing style to get in the backfield, so like aggression, like bully.
Yeah, like I'm gonna compare him to Latu, because Latu is more of he has the aggression. He plays tough, but he also, like I said, has so many different moves that he can use.
He has skill moves.
So much skill. Whereas Jared Verse, I'm not saying he's not skillful, but he's like
bully.
He bullies him. He bullies him back. He says, "Ooh."
And then number 20, the Steelers, and I saw a lot of things on TikTok. Steelers fans were kind of happy with this pick in an offensive tackle, Troy Fautanu, and he's the shortest tackle we talked about. He's 6'4".
Well, they announced him as a guard. He's going to be moving inside the guard.
Oh, okay. Then that's reasonable then. Yeah. And then 21, Miami Dolphins selected an edge rusher. And there's a lot of edge rushers being selected. No cornerbacks yet. Chop Robinson out of Penn State.
Chop Robinson, another guy with a lot of high upside. Really good pick there for the Dolphins. I believe Chop Robinson, who'd they have there in Miami? Who am I thinking of? Their edge rusher.
Bradley Chubb.
No, not Bradley Chubb. It was like a while ago. Who'd they have, dude? He came out of nowhere. I can't remember his name right now. But he reminds me a lot of that
Jason
guy.
Taylor?
No. I don't know. Let's move on, because I don't want to take a long time thinking about this. But
okay, whenever you come up to it,
he reminds me of that guy, but
randomly.
Also I know ESPN compared him to like Josh Sweat type player. Mm-hmm. So he's a good player. We'll see how it works out.
Quentin Mitchell is the first DB taken out of the draft, 22 to the Philly, out of Toledo.
Quinyon Mitchell. Or at least I think that's how you say it. Quinyon Mitchell.
Christian Wilkes?
Huh?
Christian Wilkins or Wilkes? Is that what you're talking about? Sorry.
What's his name, dude? It's not. It's like it's close to that. What's his name? Wilkins or Wilkinson or something.
Christian Wilkins. All right, yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, that guy. He kind of reminds me a lot of him. Chop Robinson does. But yeah,
I'm glad we got it. It was gonna kill both of us probably.
Quinion Mitchell. I think he's gonna be a good corner. He's gonna definitely play on the outside. He's 6 foot, 195 out of Toledo. He's like in this cornerback class, you either wanted him or Terrion Arnold. And Terrion Arnold is more of that playmaker, crazy, playmaking guy on the outside. Where you get Quinion Mitchell, who's just gonna
lock you down,
man to man, like skillful. He's gonna be with you. He's gonna get his hands on you and all that stuff.
Talib.
No, not quite like Akeem Talib, but like he's that kind of player. So the Eagles obviously wanted him to go on the other side of Darius Slay.
Mm-hmm.
So good pick.
Or wait, Chris Harris Jr. Because Chris Harris Jr. is short, 6 foot around there.
Well,
and he plays lockdown.
6 foot for a corner is not short. 6 foot for a corner is he's like average. Yeah.
See, I would like my corners being 6 foot or above.
Well, yeah, that's why he's average. He's 6 foot. And 5'11", you could still play on the boundary, but once you start getting below 5'11", that's when you're talking about, you got to be a special type of player to play outside at like 5'10", 5'9".
Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 23 was a massive trade because it was originally the Browns who had it, and then the Texans had it, and then the Vikings had it, and now the Jaguars got it.
Mm-hmm.
And they drafted the other LSU wide receiver, Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, which he was the guy who had all the stats to go for. Let's see, he led the FBS, not the SEC. Sorry, the FBS with 17 touchdowns in 2023. He also had like 1,700 yards. Like, just crazy. Obviously, Malik Neighbors was taking a lot of attention away from him, but still, you got to be a good player to do that. Because he was still getting open and he was still there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think, honestly, good pick for the Jaguars.
I mean, they lost Calvin Ridley, so...
And good, because they're not paying a 30-year-old Calvin Ridley what the fucking idiot Titans are paying him.
No, and they just got to reset wide out, kind of like with Trevor Lawrence.
Higher upside than Calvin Ridley, but he still brings that same type of energy. Like, I saw someone compare him to like a T. Higgins kind of player. Now, maybe that's because he's the second option on a team, and T. Higgins was the second option behind Jamar Chase. But T. Higgins, like I said, still a great player because he still gets open and he still makes those plays. So, I honestly, good pick for the Jaguars here.
I like that pick. And number 24... the Lions pick. It was originally Dallas's. Lions picked Terrion Arnold.
Yep. Terrion Arnold. Personally, my favorite. He's a little bit smaller in weight, but not much that matters. He's only 189 pounds listed at. He's also 6 foot. Like I said, he makes those incredible plays. Dude,
you know what NFL, you know where they have him at?
Where?
Height wise, have him at 5'12". Like, just put 6 foot.
That is 6 foot.
Yeah, no, literally just put 6 foot. Why are you so stupid at 5'12"?
He's probably like 5'11" and 7/8, and they're like, well, he's not 6 foot.
So he's 5'12".
So, I mean, honestly, and when he came out for the draft as well, when he took the microphone, because they were in Detroit, obviously, for the draft, and he turned around to the Detroit fans, he's going to be a star there. I really do think so. This is their redemption for the Jeff Okudah pick a few years ago. Because Jeff Okudah never lived up to what he could have been.
Yeah. And then we're going to move on to the Packers, the next NFC North team. They drafted an offensive lineman, Jordan Morgan, who out of Arizona. Could
be their David Bakhtiari replacement. He's only 6'5", so he's not one of these monsters. But 6'5", 311 out of Arizona, he played 37 games at left tackle at Arizona. So you could get your David Bakhtiari replacement, and Jordan Love could have his bookend for his career.
You want to kick off 26?
Well, 26, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took center Graham Barton, but he's kind of big for a center, 6'5", 313.
That's huge for a center.
He's one of those guys who he started 34 games at left tackle in college. So he started at left tackle. He has the flexibility. He can play guard. Obviously they drafted him as a center. So, hey, we'll see what the Buccaneers do, but they always usually have some pretty good luck with offensive linemen.
Yeah, they do. And linemen in period.
Yeah, because Vita Vea, too. What a monster, dude.
And, what's his name? Dude off that edge rusher. Whenever Tom Brady was...
You talking about Shaquille Barrett?
Yeah, Shaquille Barrett played pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But...
So, do you have anything to add to this? I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No.
Okay. All right, moving on to the Arizona Cardinals pick, which this was Houston's first-round pick that they traded last year to the Cardinals to trade up and get Will Anderson. So this is the Cardinals getting their pick for that trade. They got Darius Robinson, edge rusher out of Missouri, but he's one of those guys. He can play on the edge because he's good enough and athletic enough. But he's 6'5", 285. He's most likely going to be playing more interior. Mm-hmm. Or he can be he can be the edge rusher, but they got those linebackers that because they run more of a
3-4.
A 3-4. Well, they're kind of a hybrid, but they do run a 3-4 decently enough that he can be the edge.
Interior edge, yeah.
But they, because they're going to have guys that are lined up at linebacker coming off from the outside.
True edge.
Yeah. So, Darius Robinson, good pick for them. Honestly, I think could have even went wide receiver again here because, like I said, they don't really have that many picks. But Darius Robinson, don't hate the pick. Then we get the Kansas City Chiefs trading up with the Buffalo Bills. I didn't think this would ever happen because obviously there's a big rivalry there. They're always in the championship game together.
Yeah.
But then, hey, let's make a trade. We're more civilized. We know we don't have to hate each other. And they trade up and get the fastest man to ever grace the NFL Combine, Xavier Worthy,
that was
wide receiver.
Cheat code.
Dude. Now, he's a small guy. Well, not small, height-wise, because he's 5'11", but he's only 165 pounds. He's tall and lanky. But here's the thing. He's not going to be having that much contact when he runs 4.2, 140.
Can you say Tyreek Jr.?
Dude, this guy is going to be insane. I know everyone was talking about a Deshaun Jackson comparison with him. That might be too much.
Because Deshaun Jackson, punt return, he was he was
also a good wide receiver,
I'm saying he did both.
Yeah, he does both too. Xavier Worthy does both.
Oh, he does both?
Oh, yeah, he does both.
Okay. But I don't think the Chiefs, if he actually pans out as a wide receiver, obviously you don't really want your number one guy being a return man.
If he runs 4.2, 140, especially with the role change, we don't know how many starting wide receivers are going to be out there playing kick return because it's going to be harder to get a return touchdown.
Because I know in the late, because I remember when they had Tyreek Hill, they had Tyreek Hill return some. I didn't say they didn't have him completely because obviously you're not going to say, hey, you're the fastest guy, but we don't want you. Obviously, I want my fastest guy returning. But when it comes later in the year, I saw them lean towards someone else to be a return man, just so Tyreek, is more available on offense.
Yeah.
But if this motherfucker comes out and does it, that'll be exciting, dude. Especially how fast he is too, and you saw how Patrick Mahomes was with Tyreek.
Well, I think that's what they're doing because they also, like you had mentioned earlier, signed Hollywood Brown this offseason, who's obviously extremely fast. They're just going to keep drafting fast receivers, and you're gonna be playing that Kansas City offense, boom or bust kind of offense. Which last year they were honestly lacking last year, and they still won the Super Bowl.
They just clicked it late in the season. They just got it clicking.
But now when you got Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown and Rashee Rice, as long as all his legal stuff turns out okay, that's honestly a great wide receiver group compared to what they had last year.
Yeah.
When they had a rookie Rashee Rice, before, the legal troubles.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Kadarius Toney, which obviously that never worked. But yeah, good pick. Then right here, you're gonna love this. Not the team that he went to, but the size of this man, the girth of him. Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle from Oklahoma, gets drafted 29th overall to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know how big he is.
How big is that bull?
6'8", 322. He only started 14 games at tackle in college, so he's a raw prospect.
Raw, yeah.
But he's gonna be a guy.
Size.
He's a size. He has going to the Cowboys, who have had again another team with great offensive line success recently, and they just lost Tyron Smith. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Tyron Smith. Yeah.
They got Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
And they got Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith was the old tackle.
Yeah, and now they get Tyler Guyton. They just love those ties, dude. They love those ties. Yeah, he could be the replacement there. Pick 30, wide receiver out of Clemson, Nate Wiggins, gets selected by the Baltimore Ravens.
Pick 31. Oh,
dude,
wait, unless you have something to say about...
Hold on, I want to say this. This is one of the corners that because you were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
6'1", 173. Runs 4.28 40. So he's probably the best at like a zone coverage type scheme, because he's one of those guys with such so if the speed's so good, he can run over and make a play.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be able to get in those good plays in zone. So good pick there for the Ravens defense. And I'll let you take over now for pick 31.
Pick 31. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't hear this guy until we drafted him, and then my colleague over here texted me, who was very hyped. I was like, "Oh, what's the hype about this guy?" And so I go on Instagram and just look at this I just typed it in, just see his highlights, if he had highlights on there. And the first highlight I saw was the ridiculous one-hand catch. He caught it one hand and just takes an absolute smack with two defenders, and still manages to hang on to the ball and catches it. He's 6'1", good in height. They're saying he has really good route running. And a team like the 49ers, that's going to be nasty. And I can't wait for him to play, because I think him and Ayuk have connections. They like each other. They follow each other. I think I saw them training. So if Ayuk stays, which I hope with that pick, he's like, all right, I kind of want to stay, play. That's our offense is just, that's going to be unheard of, because obviously he's going to be playing our slot, and having that on slot, that's just crazy. I mean, it doesn't even matter, because all three guys can play whatever. I mean, I like Ayuk more outside, but Debo can play in slot too, So that's my take of that pick.
And of course, with the 31st pick, San Francisco 49ers selected Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver out of Florida, which is my personal favorite pick of the draft. I love Ricky Pearsall way back before last year's draft, when I was watching the Anthony Richardson highlights, and I was getting, real hyped up about Anthony Richardson. And this guy, Ricky Pearsall, just kept popping up, dude. I love watching Ricky Pearsall play with Anthony Richardson. Then here's the thing. This past year at Florida, they got a new quarterback there. I'm unsure of his name. But from what I heard about Florida this past year, not a lot of good. You know what was good? Ricky Pearsall. Because he went from a borderline 4th-round pick kind of guy to working on his route running and having insane growth in just the technical abilities of a wide receiver, that he was in the first round. And when he got drafted in the first round, I was surprised. I still thought he was going to be a 2nd or 3rd round guy. But I was super happy, and I texted you right away because it was to the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you, I'm not going to hate the 49ers as much anymore, because I love Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah.
That's my guy. He's on my list already of one of my guys.
Fantasy guys?
I mean, We'll have to wait and see about
Wait and see,
fantasy.
wait and
dude. I'm
see.
not gonna give you my strategy or nothing.
I want to pick that brain already.
But I'm talking about like Geno Smith and Jameis Winston, guys that I like.
Yeah,
and every team
coming
they
out of
go
college,
to.
yeah.
Well, not even coming out of college, just every team they go to in the NFL, I'm gonna like that team a little bit. Mm-hmm. Not gonna like them a lot because at the end of the day, I'm a Colts guy.
Yeah,
I like them just a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's why I can't hate the Texans, even though they're in my division. Because I love C.J. Stroud.
Oh yeah, dude, I love C.J. Stroud too.
I don't hate the Jaguars because they kind of sucked forever. There's no one on their team I really like. But fuck the Titans. And fuck Will Levis.
So, like, if Jameis Winston went to the Titans...
don't ever say that ever again. I will never...
What would you have done if Ricky Pearsall went to the Titans?
Dude, I would have had a...
Aneurysm?
I would not know what I was going to do.
But we're going to move on because...
I love the Ricky Pearsall pick, and like you mentioned, he's a versatile guy. Debo's a versatile guy. Ayuk's a versatile guy. McCaffrey's a versatile guy. George Kittle's a versatile guy. Brock Purdy continues to have
weapons.
No disrespect when I say this. He continues to have the easiest formative years of any quarterback ever in NFL history. And that's no disrespect either. But he has literally so many weapons around him and so many tremendous versatile guys that they can line up anywhere and do anything with. And he's doing the right things. They made it to the Super Bowl. And it's his formative years. That's why I wanted to say that. His formative years. Because years down the road, if he starts to have these not so good weapons, he's going to be the guy who's going to make his receivers step up because of how good this group of guys he has is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's just what I want to say.
And then I'm going to say this right now. For a 32 pick, besides their 31 pick, this is tied up there for, at least for me, for the 31 pick, because obviously I'm a 49ers fan. But I so much love for this guy. And I'm sure this is tied for number one for you, too. Maybe it's a hard second because Ricky Pearsall, you love that guy because Anthony Richardson was thrown to him. But it's so hard not to love this next guy, dude. And we didn't even think that he was going to go in the first round.
Well, he was a borderline guy. But here's the thing. Panthers told him, hey, if you're there at 33, we're going to take you. And he's like, hey, the Panthers told me if I'm there at 33, they're going to take me. And the Panthers were like, no, we said it to like 50 other people. Then they get to 32 and they're like, fuck. We got to go up one pick to get him. We got to get that fifth-year option on him. We got to get our guy locked down. And, of course, we're talking about wide receiver Xavier
Legette.
He said that's how you say it. I'll respect him. Legette. I like Xavier Legette better. But he says it's Legette, so we'll go with it. But, yeah, when his press conference, dude, great accent. Probably one of my favorite accents I've ever heard. But I really like this because not only is he just, fun to listen to, obviously, and he's a good person from everything that we know, obviously, but he's also 6'1", 221. And I also said this, he reminds me, because I was like, oh yeah, he's big and fast too, because big and fast, you're like, oh, like DK? But not quite like DK. DK's kind of a different monster. But he's more like an A.J. Brown kind of guy. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's going to be A.J. Brown. We'll have to wait and see. But he's a big, fast, strong guy on the outside that Bryce Young needs. Because he's going to need that guy who's going to be able to go up and get it. Mm-hmm. Adam Thielen's old, but he's also more of a slot kind of guy.
Yep.
Now that he gets his big X receiver. So, Xavier Legette. Fuck.
Yes, I got it. All right, and that concludes the first round of the NFL draft. And is there any more prospects you would like to talk about? I know there was one for me.
Okay, so there's obviously a lot of steals. I don't know who you're going to talk about, but Cooper DeJean was a steal. He was the first round draft pick who got drafted by the Eagles, unfortunately. I really am starting to hate the Eagles.
Mine was a pick right before that because I played against them. Brandon Fisk, or Don't know how to say his last name. Defensive tackle out of Florida State.
I think Fiskey.
Fiskey.
I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, a defensive tackle out of Florida State played against him. He went to Michigan City.
Yeah, I saw the. I saw that's honestly really cool.
And so I was talking to one of my old teammates last night. We're playing games, and we're talking about him. And I was like, I don't remember blocking against him because he's interior lineman, and I was a center. So I would remember blocking, a guy like that in that stature. And I was like, I don't remember blocking against him because their interior lineman wasn't white. So it's I was like I don't remember blocking against him, but I do remember seeing like him off the edge, and then Max, or that's my buddy's name, Max. He was like, yeah, he came off the edge at that time because the guys in City, like, they had big guys. He's not that big. I mean, he's 6'4", but at that time he wasn't 6'4". He hit a spurt because he went to Western Michigan. That's what, because a lot of those guys in Michigan City went to Western Michigan, and then obviously got better and went down to Florida State, and got drafted second round, which I think is awesome. And also I played against, my buddy brought this up last night too. I went against two NFL players, him and Jordan. No, not Jordan. Jusevich. He got drafted. Xander Horvath. He got drafted fullback off the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Mm-hmm. Xander Horvath, because he played at Marion High School in Mishawaka, and that was our rival.
There you go, dude. There you go.
Yeah, dude. Little history lesson, backstory behind me.
Could have been there in the NFL too, huh?
Yeah, it could have been me. Could have been me.
Could have been you. The only other guy I have to talk about really is I just know because I'm, like I said, a Colts guy. Adonai Mitchell falling to the second round. A lot of people had him over Xavier Legette, over Ricky Pearsall, over Xavier Worthy. He also is from Texas. He played with Xavier Worthy. A lot of people had him in that first round caliber guy, and we got him in the second. And apparently he slipped because of character concerns, and Chris Ballard came out and said, "Fuck that. He's a good kid. We're gonna help him reach his potential." And I like that, and I'm excited because now we got Michael Pittman Jr., who I love. He's my guy there.
Yeah,
I wanted him forever.
Yeah, me personally, I like Josh Downs a little bit better. But go on, sorry.
We got Josh Downs in the slot as our like I said when he was drafted. Well, I was at work and my AirPod in, listening to the draft, and we drafted him. Verbal, yes, let's fucking go. I really like him, and he showed flashes last year. He's only going to get better. Now we get Adonai Mitchell on the other side, on the outside of Michael Pittman. And then, let's not forget about Alec Pierce. He is a versatile guy. We can move anywhere and use him however we need to. I honestly am loving the weapons. I didn't even mention Jonathan Taylor. I didn't even mention how Anthony Richardson's a weapon himself. This Colts offense is looking real good, and the pick of Latu in the first round, the defense is starting to look real good too.
I think I've talked about about the draft wise. Xavier Legette, Pearsall, Fiskey. Those are probably my favorite. Oh, Cooper DeJean. You already mentioned him, but was one of mine. I liked coming out of the draft too. It was very weird seeing a white cornerback being highly scouted like that. But I was pulling for him. I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" And then I see those TikToks. I'm like, I start laughing, bro. I can't wait to him to get his first couple plays and see how he actually plays and stuff and change the narrative. Let's change this narrative.
Hey, unfortunately, he's probably gonna move to safety at some point.
Probably, but
not as a bad thing. He's a good player. He's versatile. He can play safety. He can play corner. He can play in the nickel. So he's still a good player. But my favorite picks, because you mentioned your favorite picks, I'll go ahead and say mine. It's honestly a tie for Ricky Pearsall and Latu, just because Latu's such a Colts guy, and he's already got a Colts tattoo, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Ricky Pearsall, there's not many times where you see a guy who's kind of like I said, like a fourth round talent kind of guy, and you like him, and then all of a sudden he's a first-round guy. So seeing that was really awesome. So, I mean, those two are probably my two favorites. Keon Coleman, who got drafted by the Bills at 33 overall, he's real funny. You know, his press conference was awesome. Xavier Leggett, like we were talking about.
His press conference was amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was trying to act like tough guy.
But yeah, those are probably my favorite picks. Other, like, obviously, from just like a feel good kind of thing. What?
I have to pee.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna cut here. We'll be back soon, and we're gonna be talking about the NBA. All right, we are back now. And we talked about the 2024 NFL Draft. It's obviously a lot of fun there. But you know what else is a lot of fun? Playoff time. And right now it's 2024 NBA playoff time, and we're here for some NBA playoff talk.
We are back. Playoffs is live. Things are heated. Knicks and Sixers. Things are getting heated there. We got celebrities throwing middle fingers at athletes now. We have a possibly, like, you know, non-controversial actor, you know, like pretty cool, level-headed, yelling at athletes. Things are getting interesting and chippy now. You know, the Knicks and Sixers. Last night went to overtime. Tyrese Maxey just had himself a freaking game at Madison Square Garden, and they forced another game. The Knicks are only up 3-2. They were up 3-1.
Yeah, that's the same thing with the Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks too. That's been getting chippy. I mean, Bobby Portis was talking his trash.
He got ejected. Not last game, but the game before that. Him and
Andrew Nemhard got into it.
Yep.
And then Pat Bev has also been talking trash too. But at least with Pat Bev, like what he said was, he said about Tyrese Halliburton, like, oh, if you had the ball for 41 minutes, you'd have 10 assists too. And then he had 12 assists the next game. So at least he's like backing his shit up. Mm-hmm. But Bobby Portis, like, he had a good game last game, like 29 points or something like that. But I don't know. I don't like Bobby Portis.
It's because Dame's out, Giannis is out. So that's the only reason why Portis is getting those points.
Like, all right. Bobby Portis is kind of like the same in terms like of Draymond Green in terms of like no other team likes him.
Yeah.
But the fans of that team really like him.
Yeah. And he's like, because like whenever he was with Chicago, he showed spurts of that. But it wasn't a full, like, Chicago didn't really embrace it as much as Milwaukee's embracing it, because Milwaukee's a good team. I mean, and when you go to a Bucks game, you're expecting a good team, you know, but like only if you have your star players. So like Dame and Giannis. It was kind of surprising they even stole a game from Indy without Dame and Giannis, but I don't think the series is going to go to 7 though.
No, I think Indy's gonna end it here tomorrow.
Yeah.
As we record this. Yeah, I think they're going to end it. It's going to be a 6-game series.
Because Indy's playing home tomorrow.
Well, here's what happened. The 2 games that they lost, they were doing like their actual like regular season rotation instead of playing their stars. So I think their coach is Rick Carlisle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick Carlisle sees that. He's going to be like, all right, time to play our stars again. And Tyrese Halliburton is going to be playing the whole game. You know, Miles Turner's going to be playing the whole game. Nemhard is having a great playoff series right now. He's really coming into his own here in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I've been a fan of his throughout the season, but yeah, he's having a great series here, and I think he's going to probably play the whole game because he's been giving that energy against the Bucks.
He really has, and Benedict Mathurin is also having himself a pretty good, I would say, playoff series. Is I feel like, because I've been seeing him on quite a bit of highlights.
Mathurin,
yeah.
He's out.
He played before, or he was playing the series.
No, I don't think so. I think he's hurt.
It's Neesmith.
Aaron Neesmith. There you go.
My bad. Yeah.
You're good. I was confused because I was going to get to that. Like, we're doing this all without Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah.
He is a big part of the team, He's obviously a good scorer and good defender. We can't forget that. But I mean, that's what the Bucks fans are crying about. Is that we don't have Giannis and we don't have Dame. So I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it. But
Yeah.
that's the difference between Pacers guys and Bucks guys, I guess.
It's just unfortunate too. I mean, even before,
in the season, if we want to talk about this, all right, all you Bucks fans out there, the Pacers were 7-1 against the Bucks and throughout the season and before the last playoff game. They lost 1 game to Giannis and 2 games to Dame.
Yeah, I remember because they stole the game ball from Giannis. And Giannis charged the charged the tunnel.
Look, I respect Giannis, but dude, I'm starting to not like the Bucks. But it's different because I don't like the Bucks because they're a good team and they're always in the way. Because I don't know, I'm in this weird space now. I'm embracing the fact that I love the Pacers. But I also really like the Celtics, and I have for a long time. And so the Bucks have always been like a pain in the ass. But I absolutely hate the 76ers, to get back to what you were talking about. And I hate Joel Embiid. He's such a dirty player. And I hate the fact that he's on Team USA for the Olympics. I'm sorry. I hate it.
The only player I like from the Sixers is Tyrese Maxey. I told you before, I used to like Joel Embiid. I thought Joel Embiid was, and then this series happened. I'm like, honestly, he's not really that special.
No, and he's been flopping and diving the guy's legs and everything.
And Tyrese Maxey he's just been balling, bro.
Tyrese Maxey.
I think he had 1 or 2 bad games this series.
Listen, I hope the NBA fines Joel Embiid so much money. Enough money to where he stops doing this dumb shit. Where he flops and dives at people's legs, and he even injured his own teammate when he did one of those. He injured Danny Green. He's playing there, right?
Yeah, he used to play there, yeah. All right, I think he might still
I think in the series when he flopped in one of the Knicks games, I think it might have been Game 3 or something, and he landed on Danny Green's leg, and he had to be carried off, and he's probably done, and his career might be over because he's not a young guy.
No, he's not.
So I hate Joel Embiid, and I've not liked him for a long time, but I like this series against the Knicks because the Knicks are one of those teams that's just is so likable.
Mm-hmm.
With Jalen Brunson, leading the pack.
Oh yeah, I used to not like the Knicks, but Jalen Brunson really changed my aspect, and I kind of like Knicks basketball.
The Knicks have been so bad for so long, and the Knicks fans have been really wanting, and they've been behind every single one of their teams. Mm-hmm. Even when they drafted Porzingis, everyone's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And the Tingus Pingus thing.
The Tingus Pingus.
But they were behind him once he started playing. They're that's our guy.
Yeah, he's playing good.
And now they're finally a good team, and now they face the dirty Joel Embiid Sixers. I hate the Sixers, and I hate Joel Embiid.
Dude, one series I've been watching really close is that Knicks and Sixers series. And obviously, because I've been talking to you, every time after they play a game, I've been talking to you about the games, every single one. That series it's the best first round series of actual basketball. Right, in this year so far, or not so far. First round series, it's the best first round series of basketball, pure basketball.
I don't know because you got Joel Embiid doing the extra stuff.
Well, then you have the Knicks overcoming and playing basketball. Jalen Brunson just balling out. Hartenstein coming off the bench. You never heard of this guy. He's coming off the bench and freaking blocking, putting in work, and back up to Mitchell Robinson. He's Mitchell Robinson's backup, and I feel like he's putting in work that he should start over Mitchell Robinson. But Mitchell Robinson is so good defensively that he's you can't bench Mitchell Robinson. So it's that, and then plus Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo has been playing really good. OG Anunoby is actually having a freaking comeback of right now, start, because whenever he was on the Raptors, he was all right. Now he's on a great, not great. He's on a good upcoming team. and he's playing good.
Yeah.
He's playing he's playing how we thought that he would play coming out of college, a two-way.
Then I mean, I'll agree with you on what you were saying about the Knicks and Sixers series. It just kind of, I don't know, takes away from it all the extra stuff.
It does.
And that's so unfortunate because Joel Embiid is a good basketball player. He doesn't have to do all this stuff. I don't know why he's doing it. You know, it's not just like he did it like a couple times. He's doing it so much in every single game. There's a whole like 3-minute highlight reel of it, of just the series.
I think him and Maxey are averaging 30 apiece this series too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if they were just playing pure basketball, this would be one of the best series of the whole playoffs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I hope the Sixers lose the next one, and you know, Knicks can close it out.
But personally, that's my favorite series.
See, I've been following the Bucks and Pacers more.
Yeah.
And that one, the Pacers, you know,
I just see highlights on that one.
They're the Pacers are happy that they're in the playoffs. Like Pacers fans, similar to Knicks fans, it's been a long time. You know, all these celebrities are pulling up to the Indiana Pacers games. Like, you know, Anthony Richardson and Caitlin Clark were there.
Yeah.
Shane Steichen went to one. Like, you know, all these sports people are going there. And then the Bucks are crying. The Bucks fans are crying. And saying, oh, well, it'd be a different series if we had our guys or blah, blah, blah. Kind of taking away from it. And then they've been getting chippy, too. They've been getting chippy. And obviously, you mentioned the Bobby Portis ejection and, you know, Pat Bev crying at the press conference, or not press conference, the post-game speech or whatever.
Now, hear me out. We're going to finish the rest of the East.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hear me out. Pacers beat the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks beat the Sixers.
Oh, yeah.
Pacers, Knicks.
Yeah.
Now,
you get
the
two likable teams out of those two series.
Yes. And I was saying right now, thinking about it, and I hope it pans out how it does, that's probably going to be the best, if not second best, second round series in this year's playoffs. First is only thing arguably is what's going to happen on Saturday with the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. That's those two series, highly watchable series. If you have time, watch those games, because those games are going to be the best pure basketball. Like, you're probably going to be like watch it like in the rest of the honestly in the rest of the playoffs. Honestly, because honestly I don't whoever comes out of the Cavs and Magic, they're going to get stomped by the Celtics. Whoever comes out of the Pacers and Sixers, that's, I mean, I can't say now, but highly likely the Celtics are probably going to win. The only thing that's going to be better is the finals. Is possibly if the T-Wolves play the Celtics. That's going to be exciting.
All right. Well, before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
I was say before we get too far ourselves,
I just want to mention this because we can move on, because we've already talked about the Knicks and Sixers and the Bucks and Pacers. But one more thing before we move on completely from it. There was a Bucks fan who went into the Reddit for the Knicks and was like, oh, the Knicks are a likable team and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, went on the whole rant about how they hate the Pacers and the Knicks need to stomp the Pacers next time and humble them and all this stuff. It was the funniest thing ever, dude. Just seeing this guy in a Reddit thing just, like, crying. Like, oh, please, I know we're going to lose, but please beat them the next round, please.
Pathetic.
Bucks fans, do better.
I don't even think the Bucks and Sixers ever played a playoff series.
No, because they keep getting beaten in the fucking second round. The Sixers do.
But I'll talk about Celtics and Heat. I don't think that the Heat are going to win tonight. I think Boston's going to end it out 4-1.
You're admitting defeat this year?
I'm admitting defeat this year.
Look, I was telling you this. This was the best case scenario.
It sucks. It sucks with Jimmy out, but this is the best case scenario for you guys. Just get the Heat out of the way. Don't have to worry about Jimmy Butler and friends.
Because here's the thing, I'll give props to this. I'm surprised that the Heat stole one.
I was surprised too. I was like, I was like, oh man, game 2, we stole game 2, and then game 3 happened, game 4 happened. I'm like, oh shit, dude, fuck that. We lost. We're done. We're cooked.
I'm surprised they still won, so I'll give them props to that. But yeah, like I didn't want to have to worry about Jimmy Butler and friends again in the finals after they get hot and beat all these other teams.
I mean, Jimmy Butler wasn't even like he was out, but like if
even if he was there, like it wasn't going to change.
I mean, it might have changed a game maybe. Like we probably would have snuck 2 games. Let's just be honest.
Maybe.
Because it's a rivalry, and I know Jimmy Butler will get the best out of his team, and you know.
Did he not play any games?
No, because he got injured in the play-in by the Sixers.
Look what I'm telling you. It's all there, laid out in front of you. And I don't think there's certain.
Let me double check on that because I think he got injured by the Sixers.
There's certain players on the Heat as well that I don't think are necessarily clean players. But overall, as a team, the Heat are more respectable. And as an organization, obviously, they're more respectable. And the head coach is more respectable.
So, it was the Sixers.
Yeah.
Because in the box score for the Bulls, Jimmy Butler wasn't on there. And I do remember, I think it was the 4th quarter, he got injured. 30 Sixers.
The Sixers dirty. Joel wasn't playing then, though.
He was.
Was he? Was he playing the play-in?
Yeah, he played 38 minutes.
Oh, okay. Might have been him then. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but yeah, that's not surprising.
Well, I do remember it was a dirty play. It was him landing on something or...
Yeah, that's a Joel Embiid special.
I thought it was Nicholas Batum, though.
Well, no, but that's like he's probably teaching him. Hey, Nicholas, stand right here when he goes up for the shot.
Otherwise, you're off this team. You gotta say it like that.
But, I mean, yeah, I think the Celtics are going to beat the Heat.
Yeah. I mean, the game's going on right now as we speak.
Yeah, just, move on from that. Is it going on right now?
Yeah. It's 6 o'clock. Or it's past 6.
I thought it started at 7:30 tonight.
No.
I'm going to check.
I think it started at like 6:30.
I'm going to check. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
15-11 Celtics. 6 minutes left on first.
But, no, that, obviously, Celtics Heat's done. It's a wrap. Cavs and Magic, though.
That one's going to go back and forth. I want the Magic to win, but I think the Cavs will win.
I think that series is going to go to Game 7, and I think the Cavs are going to win at home.
I don't know. I really want the Magic to win just so I can hear the Orlando Magic.
Same.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Oh.
But no, that series has been that's another crazy series itself too. It's just it sucks because whoever comes out, they have to play against the Celtics. But we'll see. We will see if they can match up to the Celtics because
no, neither one of them can.
The Cavs, hear me out.
The Cavs have the potential to take it to Game 6.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They can take it to Game 6. Magic, I don't think have a good chance.
Magic probably get swept.
Yeah, they're probably still a game like how we did.
Yeah.
So
and the
that's
only
my
reason
East.
that is, let me say this: the only reason that is because for some reason in the playoffs, the Celtics, there's one game come out and don't play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that is.
It just happens, and it shouldn't happen because if it happens to a really good team like the Nuggets, it's gonna cost them a series possibly.
That's what I'm saying. It happens every single series. One game they just don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see.
That's my East talk. I'm done with my East.
All right. So your prediction for the East is the Celtics coming out, and in the next round, let's do this first.
Okay.
Next round predictions for the East games. What do you got?
Celtics versus Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics beating them in 6.
Okay.
Pacers against Knicks. Knicks in 7.
Okay. So I'm gonna go Celtics Magic. Celtics in 5. Pacers, Knicks, Pacers in 7. But I think that series probably goes to 7.
Yes, I agree. I think that's a 7-game series right there. Well, and that's going to be fantastic guard play. Fantastic point guard play.
And then I want to say this for the Eastern Conference Finals: if those two things happen, Celtics, Pacers, Celtics in 6.
Obviously, Celtics and Knicks. Let's get a bump in New York. Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
That's not going to happen.
Knicks in 6.
We'll see, though. All right,
That's a rivalry. That's a rivalry itself because it's like Boston and New York. It's up there, so
Yeah.
that both of those.
Oh, I know, but listen, that's not going to happen because the Celtics, they're making it to the finals this year, and if they don't, oh gosh, dude, I don't know.
That's hell. That's gonna be hell.
Blow it up at that point. Like, keep Jason Tatum, get other pieces around him because obviously
Get rid of Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's gone.
I would keep KP though. KP had a good year. You can't really blame him because this is his first year. And I felt like he played fantastic.
I don't know. You arguably could just get rid of everybody. I mean, Derek White, gone. Jaylen Brown, gone. Al Horford, hopefully retired.
Gone.
He has a spot, but he just...
Send his ass to Galveston.
All right, let's move on to the West.
Let's move on to the West. Thunder Pelicans. Thunder swept.
Swept the Pelicans without Zion.
Charles Barkley said the Pelicans should be going to Galveston.
Yeah, he'd rather go to San Antonio, which is a crazy thing for Charles Barkley to say. I've heard San Antonio's nice, though.
Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas.
We got to go to San Antonio sometime.
I feel like it would be boring. Sorry, San Antonio.
No, they got the River Walk.
Oh, okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we can make it fun.
Yeah,
dude.
I'll make the best of it. Clippers and Mavs. That's a tied series, 2-2.
I got the Mavs, but the Clippers could win it.
So, I told you this before the podcast. Without Kawhi, the Clippers are 2-0 against the Mavericks this series. With Kawhi, they are 0-2. Now, it was a strong belief because he's hurt and stuff like that, so he's not playing as good because he's hurt. So that's why they kind of tanked the Clippers down. Now he's not playing. He's not playing tonight, and it's so hard because it's like they're 2-0 without him. But I think the Mavericks need to get it together, and I think they will get it together because without the star player, a team, they should be able to beat a team, especially with the pieces they have, the Mavericks. I want to say Mavericks will win tonight, and I think they're going to win the series in 7.
Mavericks in 6. I think they win the next 2.
I like that. I think no matter what, they're winning 2 out of 3. So.
Oh yeah.
But I just like him. I think the Clippers are still going to take 1. Paul George is going to come back swinging if the Mavericks win tonight, and I think they're just going to force Game 7. Either Paul George swings tonight, and Doncic swings the next game, or vice versa.
I think Kyrie's going to go off tonight. That's my prediction.
He's been going off every night.
Like, dude, do you see that play he had where he went for the layup?
It was left-handed.
Dude, was it left-handed?
Yeah.
Because it was like in between 4 different hands.
Yep.
And he just like came out of nowhere and fucking whoop.
I mean that might have been right-handed, but I know there was a play where it was like between like 2 or 3 defenders where he just like kind of just like went like that, and the ball just perfectly just tapped the top left corner of the box that's on the rim, just perfectly tapped it in and just went straight in with his left hand.
No, this one was like 3 defenders on him, and he went up. I think he went up with the left, and then like all the 3 guys jumped, and like the ball was disappeared. Then all of a sudden you just see it come up from like the other side and boom, go right in the rim.
His layup package is unreal.
Dude, Kyrie Irving, because of his own self, is underrated. Because he is one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
He could have been the Celtics guy, dude.
He was talking like he was going to be, then he just...
And then he's like, fuck you guys, actually.
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
But both agree in the Mavericks, so...
Yeah.
T-Wolves and Suns, that series closed out 4-0.
Which is, okay, the Suns getting swept after they traded for Bradley Beal.
That's terrible.
Dude, and here's the thing. The Suns don't have any first-round picks until 2031.
Yeah, dude,
I'm going to be damn near 30. You're already damn near 30, but I'm about to be damn near 30 by the next time the Suns have a first-round pick.
Well, I'm going to be 31.
You're already damn near 30 right now.
I'm not 30, though.
Hey, you are.
Anywho's. But that was a surprising series, and I thought it was great and funny how Anthony Edwards ended that series doing the DX chops on them boys.
Dude, Anthony Edwards is the most exciting player to watch.
He is. Him. I love this league right now. Him, Doncic, Tyrese, both Tyrese's, like Tyrese Maxey and Halliburton, Jalen Brunson, Shea,
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum. I feel like these are players that are in the playoffs right now, and this is just a handful. Those are most exciting players to watch. I love watching Shea. You
Anthony
have to watch
Edwards
Shea.
is above everyone else in a league of his own.
Oh yeah,
His dunks are insane. His antics are crazy. Everyone was talking about when he came out of college.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, does he love? Like, is he gonna be able to love basketball and care about basketball? I know he cares the most about basketball. He just does it in a nonchalant, cool way. Mm-hmm. He literally is the coolest guy ever.
Jokic, though.
Jokic is impressive,
dude.
And he is something to see. He's a sight to see for sure.
See, that's arguably, and it's gonna be so fucking exciting watching the next series on Saturday, dude. It's gonna be so fun. Like Anthony Edwards and Nikola Jokic. I love after Denver beat the Lakers. Honestly, I thought they were gonna sweep them at one point, but the Lakers stole a game.
That's a LeBron. LeBron can't get swept.
Yeah, no. But oh, dude. Because it was fun watching Jokic. Jokic had his one play where his teammate just passed the ball up the court. He didn't even know the pass was coming or anything like that. He just turned around. He was looking up in the air, and then the ball just dribbled right in front of him, and he just taps it over to MPJ for a dunk. After that, my mouth dropped. I was like, "What?" I was like, "How? How do you think of that first thing in your mind? It's just, oh, I'm just gonna tap it over to my teammate for a dunk. Easy, back on defense."
He is.
And then he had the audacity to dress like Groot on them.
Yeah. He's been doing the Despicable Me commercial, dude.
Yeah, I saw that. Do you think that was like planned, or do you think?
No, it was planned because people already were saying that he looks like Groot.
Oh.
Or Groot, not Groot. Why'd you say Groot? That's some fucking Marvel tree guy. But people were saying that he looked like Groot, and then he did the thing where he was seeing a therapist or whatever, and people say I look like Groot.
Yeah, I've seen that commercial. Yeah.
Oh, does that bother you? No, but they won't stop following me around.
And then he opens the blinds.
Yeah, and there's some minions there. But yeah, Jokic is definitely an exciting player and definitely something to see. Every time you watch him, he does something insane. But I don't know, dude. I got the Timberwolves winning that one.
I want the Timberwolves to win too.
I'm gonna say Timberwolves. I'm gonna say in 7, but I think the Timberwolves got it because, look, the Nuggets could very easily win, and they could just continue on their dominance that they've been on. But I think it's Anthony Edwards' time. I really do. I really think this is this playoff run that's gonna take him to the next level.
Yes.
And it started with sweeping the super team Suns, or wannabe Super Team Suns.
Yeah, I would say wannabe.
Swept them, which sweeping KD, that's an accomplishment, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. And I would say Devin Booker too, because Devin Booker, he hasn't had playoff success, but I mean he's a great enough player not to get swept too.
No, that's why I didn't include him. But sweeping KD, a guy who's won finals.
Yeah.
Even when he was on the Thunder before he went to the Warriors, got to the finals. Got to the conference finals like back-to-back years.
Mm-hmm.
KD doesn't. I don't think you've ever been swept. If he has, I just missed it.
I don't think those two athletes have been swept yet.
That's an accomplishment. And Anthony Edwards, they've got the perfect team around him too.
Mm-hmm.
And Cat, this is what he needed. Gobert has been playing the best, I think, of his career. You disagreed with me when I said he should win Defensive Player of the Year when we were talking about it.
It's arguably.
I really think because he's won a lot of them.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't think he's going to win it. But he's been playing really well this year, and he actually deserves it this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Victor, he's the next star, and he's not a bad defensive player by any means. He's a crazy defensive player.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think Gobert does deserve it.
A lot of players who deserve it, and I was going to be interesting who's going to make these first team all defenses, honestly, and who's going to win the depoy.
Yeah, I really like the Timberwolves though, so I'm going to say Timberwolves upset the Nuggets in 7.
I got T-Wolves in 6.
Okay.
I think they can steal a game. Steal a game. Two games, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, it would be 2 games.
Yeah, they can steal 2 games.
So
At Mile High.
Oh, you think they're going to... Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because Nuggets are 2.
Mm-hmm.
So... Oh, no. Wait. Because it would be Nuggets, T-Wolves. Nuggets, T-Wolves, Nuggets. Yeah, they'll finish the series out at home.
Okay.
Otherwise, if they go to Game 7. Yikes.
I think they do it, and I think that's... See, Anthony Edwards, he's not like a villain.
No.
But he's going to start, he's going to win in Mile High, kind of start like that villain arc. It's like, don't let that guy come in here on Game 7, because he's going to beat us at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know. That's just I have a feeling about it. I could be wrong, obviously. The Nuggets are insane. But I just think it's the Timberwolves' time.
Then the next one. Thunder, and we both agree on the Mavericks.
So is that all the first-round matchups?
Yeah, that's all the first-round matchups. I mean...
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about the second round.
Yeah, we already talked about the Nuggets and the Lakers. Or we didn't talk about the Nuggets and the Lakers, but...
It's done. It's over.
Yeah, it's done and over. We kind of already said it. LeBron didn't get swept, but they stole a game. So we kind of talked about it.
Yeah.
But we both agreed on the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Over the Clippers. So... and we already talked about the next round matchup for the all the East, and then we talked about the Timberwolves and Nuggets. We both believe Timberwolves in different games, but Timberwolves, Thunder, and Mavericks. Now, that's a doozy.
Thunder in 5.
Now, I talk highly about the Thunder. Okay.
The only reason I think Thunder in 5, I do think Shea is really good. I just don't think he's very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Because he's very surgical. Watching someone do surgery is not very exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I never heard that before, so I found that really funny.
Okay. He's a really good player, so I'm not disrespecting him at all when I say he's not exciting to watch. And obviously the team around him is great.
Yeah.
And they have all the pieces. They're making it to the conference finals this year, just because I don't think there's anyone except for the team they're going to meet in the conference finals in the West that can match up with them.
I got Mavericks in 6. Maybe
Really?
5.
Really?
Luka has the playoff experience. He's been in those playoff moments. He hasn't obviously took into the finals yet, or I think he's went to the Western Conference Finals once, but he hasn't passed it. I think Luka gets over this hump, and I think he takes down the number 1 seed Thunder. Thunder are a complete team together. Mm-hmm. I like that. I love that. They're young. They're young and hungry, without a lot of experience.
Yeah.
The Mavericks have experience. Kyrie has experience. Luka has experience. They have Derek. What's his name? Derek Jones Jr. has somewhat experience. I would say he's leaning towards veteran, being a veteran in the league. Speaking of Derek Jones Jr., bro, I was watching I caught the game for a couple minutes, dude. So I sat down the other day watching it. This guy drives left, freaking just brings the ball behind his head, cocks it back tomahawk style, completely baptize a defender, baptism, bad. My mouth dropped. That's how bad it was. I was like, and one. And I thought for sure that he got hurt because of the way he landed. And he just got up. He was stumbling a little bit, but he just got up and kind of shrugged it off. I was like, what the freak? What the freak did I just witness?
What the freak?
Yeah, what the freak?
What the freak?
But no. And then Derek Lively, I like Derek Lively, the rookie. You remember me talking about him? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like Derek Lively. I've been like Derek Lively since he came out of high school. So I think I think the Mavericks beat the Thunder in that series, and they go up against the Timberwolves for the best, not the best, but for one of the best series. Because I think we both agreed that this T-Wolves and Nuggets series is about to be lit.
You made a lot of great points, and I mean I could see that happening now after you explained it.
Yeah.
The Mavericks get the upset win over the 1 seed. I just don't see it. The Mavericks still feel like they're one piece away.
They're going to be one piece away until they actually get
Because Kyrie and Luka, that's a good duo.
No, it's a great duo.
And I'm not saying you need to go and get another superstar, because I don't think the 3 superstar things work.
No.
But you need to get another solid big man.
That's what I'm saying.
They're a piece away, so I don't think they're gonna get it done. I think the Thunder have drafted so well. They've got such a team together. They're all young, but they're all it's a big camaraderie there. They're all a brotherhood. You even see it with them leaving the TNT broadcast to go talk to their local, Thunder reporter. They got that brotherhood there that I think negates the experience thing. Mm-hmm. Because if you go into a battle, which is what the playoffs is, if you go into a series and you're facing the most experienced guys, it doesn't matter if you got everybody's back on the court.
Yeah,
that's why I think they're going to make it to the conference finals. So I think Thunder, Timberwolves in the finals, conference finals.
It's just gonna be so tough because I love the Thunder. I have full belief in them, but it's just Kyrie's he's playing out of his mind right now, and I
mean, no disrespect to Kyrie, he always has insane plays and always plays out of his mind.
Yeah,
he's never won a finals except for when he was with LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron effect.
Now that's not disrespectful, because he was still great on that team. Mm-hmm. He was a big piece of it. But ever since he left the Cavs, he's not been able to get that same level back, even though he's been the same level of player.
It sucks because at that time, whenever he did go to the Celtics, he was the main guy, and it was Tatum's first year or two. Now, if he goes in that situation now with Tatum,
well, no,
it would be a different story.
Yeah, look at what he's doing now with Luka.
Yeah,
and he's the number 2 option, which is perfect for Kyrie. Because he couldn't be the number one option for the Celtics. Couldn't be the number one. I don't know if he'd be the number one on the Nets when they had all of them there.
But
that was just the wrong three.
He was a 2.
That was just the wrong 3 to have together because they're all number ones.
Yeah.
Or they're all trying to be number ones. It was just the wrong 3. But now he's with the Mavericks. He's a number 2, and he's accepting it, and he's playing great. I just don't think it's enough.
I think it is. I mean, like looking at the stat sheets. Okay, not stat sheets, but looking at their team, they have Josh Green. Like, these are just players around Luka and Kyrie. Josh Green, Derek Lively, Derek Jones Jr., P.J. Washington, and Daniel Gafford. Their bigs, they lack. Because one is inexperienced, he's a rookie. And Daniel Gafford, he's average, maybe below average.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they had, like, that one more piece as, big man...
And like that's what because PJ and Derek Jones Jr. I feel like they're solid. They're a solid wing pair. They're a very solid wing pair together because they're both are 2 ways. And it was showing like whenever they were playing the Clippers because they had Jones Jr. because he's a lengthy. He's pretty lengthy. Jones Jr. They had him like kind of like mixed on like him and PJ Washington mixed on like Paul George and kind of. I think it was, who was it? Harden, giving Harden fits, with their lengths and stuff like that. So it kind of gets the pressure off Kyrie and Luka to like not really play against guards, like really great guards. So like they'll send like them two after like a Tyrese Halliburton or a Shea, compared to like sending Luka or Kyrie and kind of have them sit back in the corners on a corner 3-point spot up shooter or play help defense.
Well, I mean, we both have different teams going to the Western Conference Finals to play the Timberwolves.
Yes.
So I'll go ahead and start with mine first. I have the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Now, this is what I think. The Thunder, like I said, great camaraderie, brotherhood. They got each other's backs. But I already said this earlier. This is Anthony Edwards' playoff run. Minnesota in 6. And then Western Conference Finals. We're going to get Boston, Minnesota in the finals.
I like yours. For Mavericks and Timberwolves, for my predictions. T-Wolves. I'll be stupid if I go Mavericks. T-Wolves. If the Mavericks win, I'm sorry. If the Mavericks that'll be so cool and sweet, and it'll be a miracle. But as of right now, as we speak, if you say the Mavericks are gonna beat the Timberwolves in a playoff series, you're stupid.
Listen, not only that, if the Mavericks somehow, if your scenario ends up happening, it's Mavericks Timberwolves Western Conference Finals. If they somehow manage to beat the Timberwolves, Celtics in 5, just because they always have that one game where they don't show up. If they show up that game, Celtics in 4.
Oh yes, but I got T-Wolves, and then I got the T-Wolves honestly winning the finals.
No, I still think the Celtics are gonna win. I can see it going to 7.
Oh, that's a 6-7 right there.
I can see it going to 7, but I still think the Celtics win. Anthony Edwards is up there. He's a star now after this playoff run. I think that's what's going to happen. And then they're going to run it back next year with the Timberwolves. Going to add another piece or two maybe. And they're going to be right back there. And I can see next year the Timberwolves winning it all.
So, I got T-Wolves winning the finals. You have Celtics. Correct?
Yep.
I like that.
I mean, I've said if the Celtics don't win this year, it's going to be a wash. I just said on this podcast, they need to blow it up. If it don't work, you guys try something new. And if the next thing don't work, you got to try something new. Because they've been stuck in this area of, we're going to the finals, or at least the conference finals. and then losing is enough. You got Porzingis. You got a almost borderline
Drew Holiday.
I mean,
sorry.
I'm going to say borderline super team, but they are a super team, kind of, with Drew Holiday, with Derek White, who's been playing good this year. You got Al Horford, who is still probably the best defensive big man off the bench in the league.
On his last leg.
but on offense, he doesn't really offer you that much.
No.
But on defense, he's so valuable.
Yeah.
You know, you got rid of Robert Williams.
Sad, but
You got rid of Marcus Smart, which that was a big blow.
yeah.
Like, if you don't win it all this year, it's going to be rough.
Okay. So, we're going to wrap up here. But before I do that, so far in the first round of the playoffs, okay. You want to go 1 through 5 or 1 through 10? Points per game. What do you want to do?
What are you talking about?
Guess the player.
Oh, who has the most points per
Yeah,
game?
let's do 1 through 5.
Let's do 1 through 5.
Okay. So, guess who number 1 is, and I'm going to tell you how many points per game they are averaging, okay?
Okay.
Number 1 is averaging 34.4 points per game. And if it'll help you too,
Give me the conference.
Eastern. We talked highly about this man.
That's Jalen Brunson.
Yep. Number 2, he's averaging 32.4 points per game. We also talked highly about this man too.
Is this Ant?
Huh?
Is this Ant?
No, he's in Eastern.
Oh, Eastern as well?
Yes.
Okay. It's not Tyrese. Is it Tatum?
No.
Who's averaging?
Tatum's 17th
Oh,
with
okay.
23.3. That's crazy. though.
I didn't think he was averaging that much.
You want me to tell you? Or,
No, hold on. Let me think about it.
Okay.
Is it going to be somebody who I don't care about?
I can kind of say you don't really care about him because you don't talk about him as much as I do.
You talking about Tyrese Maxey?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care about him.
Yeah, I was about to say it's someone you don't care about, but we kind of talked about, you know.
Yeah, we did just talk about him.
Joel. Oh, fuck. Number 3 is Joel Embiid. Okay. We're going to 6 now.
Oh, we're going to 6.
We don't like that man, so fuck him. So we're gonna say number 3 is Joel Embiid. Fuck him. Number 4, he's averaging. I was about to do it again. He's averaging 31 points per game, and he's in the Western.
Now, okay, I already threw out the guess earlier. It could be him, or it could be Jokic. It could be who I already said earlier, Ant. It could be. It's not going to be any of the Thunder guys, I don't think. It could be Luka, but I haven't really seen him go crazy. I'm just going to go with Ant.
You're right. It is Anthony
There we
Edwards,
go.
31 points per game. And number 5, this man's averaging 29 points per game, and he's in the Western Conference.
This one, I feel like this one could be a Luka.
Ding, 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 ding. It's Luka.
Dang, bro.
And last but not least, number 6. He's averaging 28.8 points per game, and he's in the Western Conference, and we talked about this guy.
Do I go up another Western Conference guy, or is it someone else? Dude, that's the thing.
It's a Western Conference guy.
I know, but do I go with the guy who I haven't guessed yet? Or or is it someone else I have to figure out? Fuck it. I mean, I've gotten every one of them right except for Maxey, who I don't care about. I'm going Jokic.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Jokic is next, though.
Okay, so I'm not that far off.
No, you're not. I mean, like, hell. Okay, so this guy, the guy says averaging 28.8. Jokic is averaging 28.2. So it's like...
Okay, let me think about this.
You're going to be surprised,
Is
dude.
it Kyrie Irving?
It's Kyrie Irving.
That was my next guess because he's the only other person I think of that's been going crazy scoring.
I'm kind of glad we skipped one because 5 and 6, dude, is 29 flat with Luka and then 28.8 with Kyrie.
Yeah. I did pretty good.
I mean, even with like Philly, like when Philly, you know.
Yeah, Maxey and Embiid.
Yeah, 32.4 and 31.8.
Yeah, but who's going to have scored? Nicholas Batum, you know?
I mean, apparently he did it against the Heat.
Well, yeah, but anybody can score against the Heat.
Apparently, dude.
I did pretty good for that.
That Sam Hauser guy's been going off for you guys.
Yeah, dude, Sam Hauser's crazy. But I'm not going to lie, anytime we do some of this, like, guest, whatever, like, off the podcast, I do terrible.
You did good, bro.
I did fucking great.
I just, like, because, like, I mean, obviously, you're, like, okay, you don't watch that much, so, like, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and give you the conference, you know? So, like, you did really good. Really great. You did great.
Yeah, well, I think, okay, if you break it down by conference, that makes it easier. Because, like, we already kind of showed with Jokic and Kyrie, they both were at 28 points. It was just 28.2 and 28.9.
Yeah.
So, like, if you do it with the whole NBA, like, oh my gosh.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the 10 guys are in the West top scorers. Top 3 guys are in the East, though.
Yeah, at first I thought you were going to go just all East. I was kind of confused. But no. That was a fun little game to end us off here today.
Yes, it was.
All right, well, we're nearing the end here. Thank you for listening to SparkCast Media episode number 16. If you are listening to this, make sure you follow us on X at SparkCast Media, on Instagram at SparkCast Media. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us over there. I guess that's what the word is. At SparkCast Media. We got all of our episodes are uploaded there, as well as on wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. If you listen to us on a podcast network like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review or whatever the hell they want you to leave for us. You know, make it seem good. Give us the good stats.
Good stuff. The good stuff.
You know, if you enjoy sports talk from normal guys with normal lives that love sports, stick around and keep listening to us. Other than that, as always, send us off, Brian.
I gotta say hi to my cat Crody.